Hello Aquarius, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morky, and we are here with your reading for the next 10 days. Today we'll be pulling a card for your overall energy. We're going to take a look at your energies, the energies connected to you, and how those mingle and dance in the middle. We'll close it off with an oracle card for the Aquarian Collective. Keep in mind, these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. If you're interested in more context and texture, be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node reading placements for additional context and texture. You can also check out the description below where I have links to personal readings if you'd like to go deeper into your own situation, ask some questions, or present a theme that we can get into. I also have links for social media and donations. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at creatorsonthecrest. I do run tarot flash specials there, and I put those in my stories, but you have to be following there and watching the stories to take advantage of those opportunities. And then also every other Sunday, I'm here on my channel doing readings from 7 to 8 Central, and you can come in and ask a question live, and that's really fun. Okay, Aquarius, this card flipped out for you as your overall energy. This is the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle, one of my faves, and it's the number 43, Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. So you might be going through a bit of a change right now, or a bit of a time where things haven't quite landed, right? On your side, you get the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Cups. For someone who may be going through change and movement and transition, this is beautiful energy. The Queen of Pentacles brings in a nice grounded, stable feeling. The High Priestess is leading with her intuition, his or her intuition, being really guided and pulled in alignment with the universe. And the Knight of Cups, which is very heart-led movement. So I really like whatever transition you're going through. It honestly, at first glance, it definitely feels and looks very good to me. What are you barking at even? Do you feel Aquarius's energy? Where are you going? We're not going anywhere. The energy of the person connected to you, they get the Three of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Sun. So they are on definitely a journey of transition, one in which they are probably in the midst of stepping out or going to be stepping out into something that makes them feel quite good. I think they've planned for this for a long time, and the Sun coming in shows a lot of joy on the journey there. Honestly, both of your energies, you and whoever's connected to you, feels really good. And transitional energies don't always feel that good, but in this case, it sure does. And in the connecting energies, you have the Fool and the King of Swords. I don't know that I've seen these two energies together like this before, the way they're coming through. It's very freeing in that kind of way where we're going to take this risk and we feel really good about taking it. Maybe it's on each other here. So this could be a budding romance or like a re-up in a longer term connection romantically. And we're really determined to do things and communicate in a way that's clear and upfront and honest and vulnerable, and it's really honestly looking really good. So some of you could be transitioning into a new relationship and things are looking good here. If you're not in a relationship or that person hasn't come into your life yet, this could be the energy that you're magnetizing. You could have come out of another situation and you're working your way through transitioning into something that's more aligned for you. But it's honestly looking really nice here. I like these energies a lot. Okay. Queen of Pentacles for you, that stability and that grounding force. There's also, I'll mention a peacock in that card. So the energies of compassion, that Kuan Yin energy kind of comes through. And I like that a lot. That would be the humanitarian in you. It's clarified by the Judgment card and the Page of Pentacles. I got this for another, this might have been Libra or Gemini, another air sign. There's this recognition that wants to be acknowledged within you. There is something here about the potency and power of the journey that you've been on. And it has been extremely transformative. And so I think there are times where you may feel burdened a bit by your past, or a bit by what it took to get to where you are, or maybe something you're carrying that's kind of heavy. But I do think you're curious about transforming this further. Maybe there's an aspect of you that is longing for forgiveness. Maybe it's actually acknowledging all the growth and evolution that you've been able to come to as a result of your journey, giving yourself that pat on the back, giving yourself a moment at least of recognition here. So you're in these nice stable energies, but there's this aspect of you that says, hey, please acknowledge me, acknowledge the journey. Or maybe it's just a quick 10-minute meditation where you look back over the last year and you acknowledge how far you've come, and you say to yourself, good job, me. Good job, self. Let's look at this High Priestess, clarified by the 9 of Wands and the Chariot. Yeah, because Aquarius, it's you that has freed yourself. You have freed your mind. You have freed yourself from fears. You have freed yourself from a situation where you had to be constantly on guard and rather defensive. You could have been dealing with someone who had addictions. You could have been dealing with someone who was even abusive in the past. And you've come a long way from that. You are leading so much now with your heart and intuition that there's really no chance you would attract that back into your life. If you did, for any kind of reason, like on a shadow or a fear, you would recognize it really quickly and be able to turn your chariot around back toward yourself and move in alignment with the star that you are. This chariot is above the atmosphere and moving with the stars here. So I see you really having overcome a lot. Maybe there's just a part of you, and maybe just listening to this reading. And as you're listening to this reading, you're like, thank you, me. Yes, I have. I have worked hard. I have come a long way. I have journeyed through the shadows, and I've come out the other side, and I am so fucking proud of myself. You know, just that moment of acknowledgement. Let's look at this Knight of Cups here. You get the 10 of Wands and the Page of Wands. This is it again, like acknowledging the burdens that you once carried, that you have let go of, that have come to completion. The way that you have paved a clear path for yourself that's very heart-led and purpose-led. The fact that you have reclaimed your youthful curiosity about life and passion and romance in your body and sensuality. There's all these new beautiful melodies that are coming in for you. And at the same time, there's an aspect of you that says, hey, let's acknowledge what it took to get here. Maybe there's something in that, in the sense of you'll be helping others do that as well as you pave your own path forward. And sometimes there's just those aspects of us that need acknowledgement, and that it could be an inner child thing where your 12-year-old self is like, but look at all that shit you just went through. Please, bring me with you, acknowledge me. It could be a little bit of that going on. So keep that in mind. You'll know what it is for yourself. Use your own intuition to tell you and inform you on that. For the 3 of Wands, for the person connected to you, they get the Hierophant and the 8 of Cups. I feel like they have left a previous situation that was not spiritually fulfilling for them. I do not feel that that's your energy here, because I see different things in the connection here. You've both had your journeys here and had to walk away from some pretty big things in life. This person may be divorced or widowed. I do see possibly having had a marriage before. And so that may have been quite the journey for them to come out of that situation. But they did not feel spiritually fulfilled. That is something that is very important to this person. spiritual fulfillment in themselves, but also in their relationships. So spiritual freedom, which should be a good match for an Aquarius, because Aquariuses do value freedom. For the Six of Wands, they get the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups. You could be dealing with a water sign here. Now water's coming through quite a bit. An emotionally led and guided person. You know, it's nice. You have this Knight of Cups over here. That could be what you've been meaning to draw in, somebody who's more emotionally available for you and transitioning out of being in relationships and friendships and situations where you're not emotionally supported. This person has that capacity. They're quite strong in it. They're quite successful in their ability to hold safe emotional space. I would say this person, when you get to know them, is a really good listener. They could really sit down and listen and be quite good at it. They could have felt unheard in the past by someone they were with. Definitely they were not in a good match prior. More of a karmic match. More of lessons for them involved in that match and looking for something different now. For the Sun, they get the Nine of Cups and the High Priestess. Yes, they are going to invest quite strongly in trusting their own intuition moving forward, because they know that every time they listen to that inner guidance system that they have, their intuitive nature, it never steers them wrong. It always leads them toward their North Star, the Sun. And they have a lot of dreams and goals and desires. The Nine of Cups here is an energy of minor arcana energy of the star, which is Aquarius's sign. So they're definitely looking for someone more like you, which is cool. Let's look at this Fool here. Okay, so the two of you might be a little hesitant, might be a little reluctant to take on this new part of your journey. You bring in the Nine of Swords, they bring in the Four of Pentacles. There may be for them some practical matters, money type situations that they're working on. If they are divorced, there could be legal matters that are still sorting themselves out and they're figuring out how, you know, they're gonna make things work. So they may not be quite ready to bring another person into that. For you, it's more of stress, mental energies, possibly connected to this aspect of you that wants a little acknowledgement and wants to be acknowledged and brought along. That could alleviate this Nine of Swords here, because Nine of Swords is like those nagging voices within us, those subconscious voices, the things that keep us up at night, the things that come into our dreams. And, you know, for some of you, maybe having those dreams where when you wake up, you have a bit of like sleep paralysis, bit of that frozen kind of feeling, like fight or flight, like you wake up in that energy. That's just your subconscious, an aspect of you that wants to be acknowledged and brought through, kind of caught up to speed with you on this transition. So something for you to work on there. Let's look at the King of Swords here in the connection. You bring in the Three of Wands, and in this particular Three of Wands, it's always a focus toward freedom, letting go the pain, letting go the past, acknowledging it, letting it go. It learns, you know, the orphaned versions of the self come back for integration. They learn to fly again. The bird leaves the nest. New beginning. It's that Fool energy that's coming in. I really like that you bring into this King of Swords in the middle. They bring in Magician, the magic, particularly I feel like the magic of the emotional energies and the Cups energies, because that is what they roll with. They roll with that quite powerfully. So I really like what they're bringing in the emotional magic with the King of Swords, and you're bringing in that freedom feeling. And for them to be able to feel spiritually free and not bound to any certain thing is going to be super important. Aquarius, let's get you a card to close off your reading from the Angel Dreams Oracle. This deck is also a deck that I have always found to be quite subconsciously leaning. Ooh, Aquarius, you got astral travel, vital force, information, and dream time soul travel. Remember in your reading, I just said you might be having those kind of dreams where you're waking up and you have a bit of sleep paralysis, or you're in a bit of the fight or flight mode when you wake up. You are definitely doing some soul time travel. There is that aspect of yourself that would like acknowledgement on how far you've come and the path that you've journeyed. So it is trying to inform you with this information, and this is about bringing that aspect of yourself into alignment so that you can ignite your vital life force energy through this transition that you're going through, because you are meant to live full. Aquarius, you're the dreamer, right? And you dream completely and fully, and there's a lot going on here. So now that some of that has been revealed with this reading, you can come into this place where you're acknowledging the power of your dreams and of how you embody those dreams. Aquarius, thank you so much for joining today. It has been my absolute pleasure to do this reading, and I can't wait to see you next time.